Thank you, and Brad, for the perfect intro into something that is a bit more green and environmentally friendly, as he is a chef that backs very green things. Now, today is International Biodiversity Day. And although we know about the potential impact of climate change and water shortages, awareness of the loss of biodiversity is something that is often overlooked, something that I know very little about. Now, did you know that one animal or organism being over-harvested can disrupt an entire ecosystem? Something that we know very little about but need to know a lot more about. We are joined by Andre Nel from Pick n Pay and Dr. Marie Parramon-Gurney from the Endangered Wildlife Trust to tell us a little bit more about what should be a very important day on our calendar. Marie, welcome. Biodiversity, for the uninitiated, what is it in a broad stroke?
Mainly, if you look at it, it's a diversity along and amongst the living organisms. So it's diversity of ecosystem, that's a landscape that you're looking at. That's a diversity in water resources, in soil, and it's diversity around the living organism. But when we look at it from our perspective also, and it's very important for people to realize, it's also a capital upon which we live and we grow. So it's your food, it's your water, it's your animals that you expect to use and to take services away from.
So sadly, it's something that connects us all. We can no longer see the environment and society as two separate things. Andre, why should companies be taking note of this very special day?
Graham, as Marie was saying, biodiversity is basically it's what connects all of us. So for Pick n Pay, for example, as a food retailer, of course, biodiversity closely linked to food. But also, if you think about things like trees, like plants that's used in medicine, something like 70,000 species are used in medicine. So whichever kind of business you've got, whichever kind of product you've got, it is linked to biodiversity, and the loss of biodiversity is going to impact on your business. And it's something that we have to take really good care of because of the things like climate change that are affecting our environment more and more.
And something that we, I think, a little bit almost too aware of down here in the Cape, because we've got so many species, flora and fauna, that are specific to our area. What can we do to protect biodiversity in our area? Where do we even start when looking at this problem?
I think from our perspective, we realize that people can do small things, just starting looking at it, protecting your environment, understanding what can be negative, like alien species. But our focus really today, and we launch a National Biodiversity and Business Network as an Endangered Wildlife Trust, and it's trying to get business to what we call mainstreaming biodiversity. So it's for business that get impact or that can influence how people look at biodiversity, how people value biodiversity. And we want business to start incorporating biodiversity consideration into their strategy and into their operation. So we need to start having innovative thinking. We need to start collaborating much more.
We've seen this on the social development front, where a company like Pick n Pay has really led the charge. You do sit in a very special position to be able to broadcast this message to fellow corporates. It's now time to include the environment into that. How is Pick n Pay doing this through the network?
I think that's the true value of what the network is going to bring, is to bring all of the different stakeholders together, whether it be government, business. Business has got such a crucial role to play, especially because if you look at retail, for example, where we're positioned, in between where consumers are and where the suppliers are, there's a real power in a way for us to affect what we sell and where we source from. So that's what we want to get out of this network, is essentially a place for people to come together, to think, to come up with new ideas, and to start changing the way we do business.
Where can we join, lastly, very quickly? How do we connect to the network?
For any information on the network, you can go on our website, which is www.ewt.org.za, or you can also send me an email, which is Marie, M-A-R-I-E, then the letter P for Peter, at ewt.co.za.
Marie, thank you so much. Andre, thank you so much. Love the message that you guys send. Remember, as consumers, we can send a message as well. Support the brands that are supporting biodiversity on this International Biodiversity Day. We're going to take a very quick ad break. Lots more to come this morning. We have got an incredible travel offer for you. Get that pen and paper ready. We'll see you in a sec.
By supporting the Hoedspruit Endangered Species Centre, that's where we found goodness. Pick n Pay, always there for you.